Hi, I'm Robin Smith, trauma and relationship coach, and thanks for joining me here. I'm talking today about how to work with really difficult emotions and how to work with your mind when you're in a time of big emotions and a lot of uncertainty or fear. And I'm going to give you 6 steps that you can take. So let's start with the first one, which you may have heard this phrase, name it to tame it. So the first thing you want to do when you're having big emotions is try to name what the emotion or emotions are, because that will help you kind of feel a little softer around it, feel a little bit more ease perhaps with the emotions. And then there's a second step that will help as well. But so whether your emotion is anger or sadness or fear or joy or anxiety or grief or despair or hopelessness, disappointment, whatever you're feeling, when you can name it, you won't feel as alone with it, and it'll feel you'll feel more capacity to just be with it. So that's the first one, name it to tame it. And the second one then is accepting that you're having this emotion, because so often we fight with our emotions, we judge them, we think I shouldn't be feeling this way, this is wrong, this is bad. So when you can accept that this is how you're feeling, and also so acceptance and compassion for yourself for having this difficult emotion, then that will also help you to kind of normalize it. Like it's understandable that I'm feeling this way. This is why I'm feeling this way. And that will help you, again, relax more with the fact that you're feeling what you're feeling. So that's really important. And it sounds simple, but it may not always be easy to do that, because we may have a lot of old baggage that we carry around this emotion's bad and I shouldn't feel that. So when we can just get on the same page with this is what I'm feeling, and it's okay that I'm feeling that, and I can accept that I'm feeling that, and have compassion for ourselves for feeling that. Again, a lot will soften for you around the way you're feeling. There's really no right and wrong way to feel, but the truth is we all have the same feelings, not at the same time or for the same reasons, but we all have the same feelings throughout our lives. And so we want to just normalize that that's okay that we're feeling that way. Number 3 is share it. Share what's going on for you to get support. Share to be seen and heard. Share to be understood. Because when we're in big emotions and it feels really hard, it can also feel really lonely, and it can also feel like they're never going to end. So when you have someone, whether you seek professional support because this is ongoing and it's causing you trouble, or maybe it's fleeting, but you know that when you share it, or I'm telling you now that when you share it, it can really help, again, to feel seen, to feel held in that. So you want to share it with somebody who can hold you and who will not judge you for what you're feeling, or not criticize you, or not make you feel worse for how you're feeling. So that's ideal when you can share it with somebody who has a compassionate ear, or who can sympathize or empathize with you. But you don't want to be alone when you're having a hard time. Number 4 is avoid. So this is about now your mind, because when we're having a really challenging time, it's easy to get up into our heads and make up a lot of stories about what's going to happen, what it means about me, what it means about them, what it means about the world. So I really encourage you to not let yourself run away with the stories that are not necessarily true. They're just something you're believing, something you're making up about what it means. And so you want to get really honest about what's true and what cannot be proven to be true. And when you can do that, again, it can kind of help you settle and soften around what's happening, and help you be more in the moment with this is happening now, and I don't know what's going to happen next. So the next thing is also working with your mind, is inquiring about what do you want to do about this? So you've got a big emotion. Maybe you're scared, maybe you're angry, maybe you're sad, just kind of some core emotions. And then what needs to happen? So we want to be careful with this, because sometimes we think, I need to tell that person off, or I need to punish that person, or I need to rip up their room, or, create a lot of havoc or destroy things. And that doesn't usually help long term, and honestly can backfire on you and create shame or guilt or conflict. Or you could, you can have a counterattack. So really be mindful and consider thoughtfully, like, what is it that I need for myself around this? Maybe you need to be heard. Maybe you need to write something down. Maybe you need to make a request for a conversation, or to just be heard, or to have maybe someone do an action for you. So maybe you need to get on the computer and do some research. So you just want to consider, like, what's going to help me move through this? Is there something? Maybe it's just like, I just need to cry, or I just need a hug. Or I just need to run around the block, right, and move some energy. So you want to just be considerate about and thoughtful about what it is that could help. And maybe you run it by somebody because you want to make sure you're not going to do something that's going to have negative repercussions. You're not going to hurt somebody or hurt yourself. We don't want to go there. And then the sixth step would be, if there is something that you think will help, then do it. Do it if it's doable. Do it, again, if it's not going to cause you a lot of stress or more upset, or if it's not going to hurt you or somebody else. And again, really check in with if you're taking an action, that this is mindful, thoughtful, conscious action that you've thought out, or that you've gotten some help with thinking out whether that's the right thing to do. We don't, of course, know the consequences of any action, but we can think clearly, like, is throwing eggs at someone's car really going to help anything? Or, we want to check in. Is this like kind of a juvenile response, or is this an adult response? Just considering those types of things, and any actions that you do decide to take, are they really going to help you? Do you think they're going to help? All right, I think I'm repeating myself at this time. So hopefully this is helpful. And I'm going to read a quote to you that I found from Viktor Frankl. He was a Jew in captivity in the Holocaust. So here's the quote. He says, so obviously he faced a really difficult time being in captivity. And he says, forces beyond your control can take away everything you possess, except for one thing: your freedom to choose how you will respond to the situation. So that's what we've been talking about here. You get to react or respond. And when you really consider how you want to respond, then you are in your freedom of choosing. So I hope you find that helpful. Put a comment below with any questions or how you're responding to this. Please share the video, whether you're in Facebook, you can tag someone, or on my YouTube channel. And if you are on YouTube, please like and subscribe so more people can find this video as soon as possible to help with a challenging time. And thanks so much for joining me. There's lots of links below if you want more of my free content, and I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.